Hello again. Another day of me talking to myself in the car. Otherwise known as RPGaDay 2017. This is take 2 as I recorded a perfectly fine video earlier and did not realize until I listened to it that I left the radio on just loud enough for the phone to pick it up. I couldn't hear it, but the phone did. So, radio not on. I'm going to try again with number 23 on August 23rd. What RPG has the most jaw-dropping layout? I had time to think about this a little bit more. Originally, I said nothing really caused my jaw to drop that I have played with or looked at, or after some thought, I'm going to back off on that and bring up 3 games that I think have great layouts, and they're all core rule books. First one that I liked a lot, I've already mentioned in terms of art, and that's the Alpha Omega role-playing game. It has good and bad. First of all, it's a weird format. Done in a, I can't remember the dimensions offhand, but it's a sideways book. I think it's more European style. Anyway, it looks more like a coffee table book. And where everything is in landscape. That's probably the best way to describe it, rather than portrait. And the size is off a little. Alpha Omega had an amazing layout. It was gorgeous, and they had a great website to go along with it that was gorgeous. Very pleasing to the eye and made you feel post-apocalyptic. It was easy to kind of follow as well. And this gets into layout. To me, may not be what the industry defines, but layout is a combination of the internal art as well as the page art, combined with how the words are, or the rules are organized for ease of looking up, ease of finding them. So I say Alpha Omega because it was the only one that really truly made my jaw drop, or one of 2 that I'm going to mention here. It was gorgeous, and it just was hampered by a clunky rule system that never caught on. The second one I have mentioned off and on, but I bought this into Kickstarter. Cthulhu meets World War II. Achtung Cthulhu. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but I don't have a German tongue. That layout, I can imagine some people not liking it. It might be a little over the top, thematic, trying to look like classic World War II intelligence reports, and I loved it. I don't know, I haven't looked at reviews on it. I know what I like, and once I like it, I don't look at reviews. And I liked Achtung Cthulhu. It was also a beautiful hardback book. This is the Player's Handbook, well, and also the Game Master's Handbook. Both books are just phenomenal, and easy to look up and define. The fonts are not distracting. They're gorgeous. The art is great. I'm not going to say stellar, but the art worked. There were some points where it kind of fell short, but I think overall it's a great art, and it just captured the setting and really put you in that mood to play World War II Cthulhu. And thirdly, honorable mention, I guess, because it's not that the role-playing game, it didn't take off very well, but I bought into it and sold the book not long afterwards. It actually fell apart, so the printing itself was bad. It was a hardback book for the role-playing game Cthulhu Tech. Sensing a theme. Cthulhu Tech, again, a post-apocalyptic world where Cthulhu was successful. Or the elder gods, the old gods, or whatever you want to say, the Cthulhuoid monsters were successful in summoning. And it's like kaiju meets robots, giant robots, but the kaiju are Cthulhuoid monsters. Why I liked that, the layout made it easy for me to read. I read the whole rule set and understood it, and I liked it a lot, and I never got a chance to play it. I just couldn't find players for it, and I was already tied, just like anything else, already tied to some systems. Kind of wish I'd at least gotten a chance to run a one-shot. It's like Robotech meets Cthulhu in a lot of ways. I highly recommend looking into that, if at all, to convert it to something else. The system was solid in it, even in and of itself, but it was D10s, and I think I remember it having kind of a poker type rule set, if I vaguely remember. But it made it easy for me to read, and that's fairly important for me in a layout, especially since I don't read a whole lot, or I read slowly. I do read as much as I can. So those three are definitely layouts that stood out to me. Otherwise, I don't notice the layout unless it's really, really bad or unbelievably stellar. It's not the most important thing for me. It's kind of secondary to the game system, and although I'll admit that I bought Alpha Omega strictly on the layout and the art. It was just inspiring to me. So there have been cases where I just based it on how it looked. I've tried not to do that much anymore. So that's about it. I hope that was insightful. Until next time, day number 24. Share a pay what you want publisher who should be charging more. I may be skipping that one because I have only done one pay what you want. I may have to do research. We'll see. Until then, seek the wolf in thyself.